Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Small Business Cheerleader podcast. I'm joined here by Michelle Rimmer from the wonderful Hills Massage and Your Massage Perth in Kalamunda. How are you today?
Well, thanks, Nicola. Thanks so much for having me on.
That's all right. We have been members of book clubs, members of business associations, and I've been wanting to have you on for a while because you have an amazing team up there and you've really enabled yourself to pivot through COVID times and through small business in general for over 18 years. And I think there's some real nuggets of knowledge that we can start talking about in business, but also as a business owner, how we can look after ourselves and find ways to, well, keep going because it gets really, really hard. So self-care is a big part of that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the importance of touch in your life and how that can help. And well, obviously from firsthand experience with you working with your clients, as well as working with getting through tough times in COVID and how you've created a shoot off, a side hustle of your massage business. So I think we'll just start with, well, the first question of the benefits of touch. What are the benefits of touch and how is that, as a small business owner, how can that benefit us as small business owners?
Yeah, thanks, Nicola. So benefits of touch are widely researched, which is really, really good for us in the massage industry. So there is a leading doctor, Dr. Tiffany Field, and she comes from the institute, the Miami Touch Institute in Florida. And it is a massive, massive research facility. And she has been doing research into the benefits of touch for over 30 plus years. So it's fantastic because she's got such a big body of knowledge that is available to literally all of us around the world for free. And she's well renowned and she's very, very interesting lady because she continues to do research. The last one she did was just before COVID. And interestingly enough, it was to do with people now being on their phones so often, especially in airports. And they're seeing a reduction in the amount of hugs and touch in airports, which we thought was quite fascinating and how that's working on people's psyche because of the lack of touch. So I'd be interested to see how she responds to the COVID situation. I haven't seen anything yet. But what she's done, and also there is a university in Edinburgh that is also another area that have been looking into touch. But what they've done over the last 30 or 40 years is investigate the benefits, and it's been a very widespread, huge body of work because they've looked at everything from touch for infants to touch for white-collared males to touch for massage therapists. So they have actually looked at so many different types of people and people needing touch and the types of touch that there are. So the main points or the main important points I think that are good to relate to the listeners, ones that can be relatable, I guess, to everybody. So, and this, what I'm giving you the information for now regarding touch is what we call coming from evidence-based research. So it's like the gold standard in research in our industry. There's various different types, but evidence-based research is important for touch, for physio, massage, chiro, etc. So the important things, first of all, there's evidence to show that touch reduces cortisol or one of your stress hormones. So it reduces cortisol and it reduces noradrenaline. So those are two fairly big stress hormones that flood into the body when you're in situations of stress. So when you're in fight, flight or freeze, that's when you can get big, big doses of these sorts of what we call stress hormones. So touch or therapeutic touch has been shown to reduce that. So that's one significant thing that it does. The other is on the opposite side of it, it does also raise the good hormones, let's say the endorphins like dopamine and oxytocin, which is your love hormone. So touch has been shown to increase those hormones, and they're the hormones that can make you feel more at peace, in love and happy. On top of that, massage also, or sorry, I shouldn't say touch, also reduces blood pressure. And we've got evidence-based research showing that it can actually, in fact, I know someone who worked with I know a massage therapist who worked with someone with high blood pressure and actually had them off blood pressure medication. Please note, I'm not advocating to stop any medication. I'll just put that disclaimer in now. But this is just an example that this person, by consulting their doctor, was then able to reduce and then withdraw their blood pressure medication due to having some weekly massages.
Yeah.
Not only that, it also decreases pain. And they've found that touch has a strong correlation in reducing pain. So they're the big sort of chemical and overall type of ways that touch affects the body. But then you look at that and then how it can make other changes to your body and to you, which are really important for us as persons, as individuals, but also as business owners or as workers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because, and we forget that as being business owners, you tend to always be consistently hustling, on the run, on the go. Especially if you're a working mum and you're between kids and work, and you tend to forget that sometimes, just that time to have a massage or to actually just sit and have that flow, it does release those hormones that are just not naturally there, because you need to be in that environment for them to come through. Something I love even more in regards to things I've seen, even when you have dogs, isn't it? That thing of you release they release the hormones in you by just patting your dog.
Absolutely.
That touch, and that we forget that that's why we tend to love our dogs so much.
Yeah.
Because they give us that opportunity on the daily. Whereas I think we need to provide that in ourselves and give that self-care through touch. So what type of touch is available personally and therapeutically? What sort of things would you recommend for people looking to that self-care, or looking to really look after themselves if they've been working or really stressed out?
So you brought up a really good point, and that is I was going to mention about pets and touch. So animals are actually very therapeutic when it comes to touch. So that I was trying to encompass and look at all different sorts of people, because some of us are very lucky and have people in our lives that we have touch at home. But if you don't, that's when a cat or a dog or a horse or whatever it is that you've got around you is actually quite therapeutic. What you can find is that at work, we need to be mindful about touch, and what is considered safe touch. So we've always been taught that the safest place to touch, if you're allowed to touch at work, and that has to be within your parameters, is between the shoulder and the elbow. It's considered a safe place to touch. But that touch or form of encouragement, it gives so much benefit to workers. And so sort of tying it back in with what I was saying before is, as well as reducing the pain, what you're going to find by doing this therapeutic touch, and you can have it in the form of chair massage in the business. You can have your partner doing a foot massage or a hand massage or a scalp massage. It can just be a hug. It can be small little things that equal numerous points during the day. So they're saying that the level of therapeutic touch that a human needs during the course of the day is roughly about 10 minutes. So it's not necessarily 10 minutes all at once, but it can be 10 minutes over the course of the day. And so that's what we're trying to look at, to getting that minimum of 10 minutes of touch. So like I said, it can be safe touch that's negotiated within the workplace. It can be from your partner. It can be from an animal. It can be, whatever it is. But as long as you're getting some form of touch, then you find, and this is what it improves, one, all of those things I said before regarding the endorphins, etc. But it helps your working memory. So touch helps your working memory. It helps your concentration. It improves your sleep. And those three things, I think, are very important for us in society today. As you were saying, we're hustling, we're going here, there, and everywhere. And we get brain fog, and we get, all these sort of things happening to us. We get caught up in that hustle and bustle. But if you can just stop and take that time just for that occasional or small bit of touch during your day, it does make an improvement to your all over health and your functionality and ability to be productive at work.
Yeah, and I think that comes a lot into play now with pets at work. I think that that's starting to become where, as you're saying, safe touch at work, and a lot of those things are becoming less and less, hard to find where that or what that looks like. But pets at work are allowing you to have that 10 minutes a day. I know we have a dog here in our office, and I know lots of agencies and other places have the same, to enable that that time out for staff to just be happy and be showing love to something in the office and getting that touch, because I think we were missing that. Yes. I know in places I've worked with in the past in a corporate field where you couldn't do that as easily, they used to have the massages on the table, where you would have the shoulder massage. The lady would come in, she would set it up on the table, and you would have the shoulder massage. So yes. I think it has been part of our lives, but now we're realizing with COVID, and especially single people during lockdowns being, at home by themselves and not having that availability, that it really becomes a matter of need now, especially if they don't have pets, because that's a mental health issue in the long run, isn't it? Because
it is, yes.
Your emotions are out of balance, and before you know it, I think people underestimate, don't they, the power of touch and the lack of it, what it can actually do for your mental health.
Yeah, in terms of lack of touch, there's a great example, and it's a bit terrifying, to be honest, but there was a problem in the 1990s in Romania, and there was a lot of children that were placed into orphanages because of the conflict that was going on there. And when the West were able to get in and have a look and help out some of these orphans, they discovered that they had actual developmental issues because they hadn't been touched. So they were able to, with the younger ones, so if they were aged somewhere under the age of 3 and they received therapeutic touch, they were able to then meet those milestones. But those that were there that were later in life, like when I'm saying, I mean sort of like early teens or in their tweens, they did struggle developmentally. So it was actually unfortunate but profound proof that touch actually is important in your development for children and for teenagers and for us as adults. But on the flip side, one positive is that PTSD, so returned servicemen that had PTSD and suffered badly from headaches, they found that doing 10 minutes of therapeutic touch and teaching their partners how to do that therapeutic touch, they were able to reduce their headache symptoms by 50% just from 10 minutes of touch a day. So it's just showing you the power and how much, and it's just trying to illustrate. I'm sorry if anyone's upset about that Romanian story. It upset me, you have to be honest, but I'm just trying to illustrate how important touch is.
Yeah, that's right. I had seen that as well. And I think that that's irrefutable proof, isn't it? That as tragic and as horrific as it is, that and the impact it also has in our children, even our own children, as they're growing up, the time spent with them, the time, spent sitting on the couches with them, just being next to them, that touch.
Yep.
You don't think about it at the time, but you see it later on, the difference that it does have in their life and their interaction and their relationships going forward. Yes. So we forget that, we just do it automatically, a lot of us, but some people that don't have that growing up can really see the difference in their lives and their emotional stability when it comes to relationships. So big and such a big thing. And I think that's why I believe with COVID in particular, and people having to pivot and the hustle and the uncertainty, I think more now than ever, we need to make those connections with people, and we need
Absolutely.
to make that in our own lives, that we have that, whether, as you say, whether it be with a dog or a horse or a cat or a person, a relationship where you can show love and be loved, I think is what we're after. Yeah. And now, talking about COVID and pivoting, I want to talk to you about your pivot and how you guys at Hills Massage created Yo Massage and what that looks like. So run me through what you guys do at Hills Massage and how you chose to pivot and what that looks like now for you guys.
So we're traditional remedial massage therapists at Hills Massage. So we're all fully qualified, and it means that you can claim on your health insurance through high caps. So that's the first thing, and that's what we've been doing for the past 18 years. And that includes things like remedial. Remedial massage is really an umbrella term for many different types of massage. So it's the umbrella term for deep tissue, trigger points, Swedish massage, myofascial release. There's a long list of typical types of massage that we perform, and that includes also sports, pregnancy, etc. So we've been doing that for 18 years, but then we did have a lockdown of 5 weeks last year, and I'm very fortunate and thankful that we were, very minimally impacted compared to other parts of Australia and the world. So very grateful for that. But during that time, because I've been massaging for so long, touch is important to me, and I actually relax by giving touch. It's become part of my way of making me feel good. Is I actually enjoy giving touch, and it's helpful. So being cut off from that, yes, the family got lots more and the dog, but what we did find was this brilliant new form of massage/yoga called Yo Massage. And this was invented by 2 ladies in Portland, Oregon about 3 years ago. And what they did was one of them had a social work background and was working with PTSD and working with people who'd had sorts of issues. And she met up with a lady who was from a yoga background. And so what they've done is they've made this combination of restorative yoga poses, which are the poses where you are very supported with massage props. So it's very, very relaxing. So this is not a strenuous type of yoga. It's not, your achievement, first of all, is not stretch. Your achievement, first of all, is relaxation. So you're put into what we call positions where you hold them for about 8 minutes, but you're well supported with blankets and bolsters and that sort of thing. And then in addition to that, they start with a bit of mindfulness and breath work. So you begin a class, and the classes are very small. We have 1 therapist to 4 people only. So we have really small class sizes. You start with mindfulness, you start with some breath work, you become present. And then when you're in these restorative yoga poses, we go around and do approximately 2 minutes of massage for each person in each pose on a part of the body that's available to you depending on the pose. So if you're seated, we do neck and shoulders. We've got like a child's pose where we do the back. We've got a sideline pose where we stretch out the side. So basically, you're fully clothed, so it's trauma sensitive. And it's a great way to introduce touch into life if you've been through trauma, or if you're uncertain about being one-on-one and possibly being in your underwear, even though you're under towels on a table. We're giving you another choice. So it is very, very good for people who've been a bit fearful of either yoga or of massage. And again, you're in a small class, so you've got community around you, so you feel safe. So it's a safe, warm environment with safe therapeutic touch, and you achieve some stretch as well as relaxation. And generally, people walk away feeling absolutely relaxed.
Oh, it just looks amazing. I've seen all the images of it, yet to partake, but very interested in giving it a go, because this body needs some yoga and it also needs some massage. So putting those 2 things together is like a perfect combination. It just the poses I've seen and the way it's done, I think that is something a lot of people haven't seen before. I know I hadn't, and to see it in that sort of way, it's as you say, it takes away that whole fear that people have. And I do know a lot of people that have that fear of massage, and also they have a fear of yoga, but this one's very small class, very very intimate,
Yes.
and very relaxing. So I think you've enabled to get that out to more people. That's the thing, the joy of touch out to more
Yes.
people, and enabling them to explore yoga that might not have done that before anyway. If they had been a remedial massage fan but maybe hadn't explored yoga, you're giving them the best of both worlds. And these days, like I said, the hustle, the grind, people have to find whatever it is for them, whatever it is that they feel comfortable with in getting a release. And I think you've got clients that come back all the time because they've found that for them. And to find somebody or somewhere that knows and can really give you that, it's just amazing. And I think to find one in particular that does something a bit different, that stands out from all the normal big classes or one-on-one is wonderful. So how have you found? What has the response been from your clients to the introduction of the Yo Massage?
Yeah, we've it's been really big uptake. We're up here in Calabunda, so we have got a smaller, sort of more limited field, but we've just recently started doing events in Mount Lawley, Leederville, Mundaring and Highgate. So we've had a few events, and we've got events coming up. So we're bringing it more central so that people don't have to travel so far. And we've found that those events are selling out within sort of 24 to 36 hours. The events are slightly larger because I have another therapist in my team who's trained. So we have the two of us working with 8 women. And I say women because 98% of people who've uptaken so far are women. We have had a handful of men and they have enjoyed it, but it does seem to resonate more with women. Yeah. But yeah, so for the events we're having 8 people, and it has been, it's the results we're getting is that people, you can see it on their faces and you can see how they've become present and how they've relaxed. And we've made it, one of the important things that Yo Massage was interested in was making it affordable. So you don't spend as much as if you had an hour massage. It's much more affordable than that. So it does also bring the price point down quite a bit because we're able to service, 4 people or 8 people if we've got the events. We're actually introducing for the first time up in Kalamunda, we're trialing Yo Massage with sound healing. So we thought a combination with the sound healing going on while we're doing the restorative yoga, then that's another way of just creating that blissful experience. So yeah.
Sound healing is another thing that I've been seeing a real uptake from people with sound healing, a lot more than I have in the previous years. I myself have a sound bowl from Nepal. With it's really I mean, mind you, it does sit on my bookshelf. I have used it, but it is beautiful. But I think that incorporating all of these things is just really opening it up for so many people to find their groove and what they love. And I've seen people just love sound healing workshops, and also yoga, massage. To bring it all together is even better. And to explore new markets is wonderful. And to think that before COVID, it wasn't something that was yet in your product suite. So this is where pivoting is something that if you are willing to take responsibility for finding new ways, you will, and you'll always be successful because you back yourself. And I think that's what small business owners have to understand, that in times of uncertainty, the more we pull back, the less likely we are to come out of it the other end. And you come out of it with a new service offering. I pivoted to coaching. So it's something that you're drawn to, something inside you, because you've got that time to find your aligned clients. What do they want? What service can I give them that people are calling out for? And you've found that. And I think that that's wonderful, because that's what small business is all about. I mean, it's the ups and downs. You've seen it over 18 years. I've been in business 16. It's just that we just have to find new ways when we need to, but we have to make sure it's still aligned, don't we, to what we really are about. And you've been able to do that without losing what the Heels Massage was all about. And your clients are all still there that were there prior to the first lockdown, and now they've got a new service offering if they feel drawn to that as well. I think it's wonderful, Michelle. You've done an awesome job, because we all know how hard it is to be a small business owner as it is, let alone find new service offerings. Okay, now hit me up. Where can people find all the information for Heels Massage, for the Yo Massage, anything you'd like people to know about? Where's the best place for them to go?
Okay, so we do have a website, which is www.heelsmassage.com.au. I do have a Yo Massage Perth website, which is exactly the same, but there is a link from Heels Massage to Yo Massage. So you don't have to remember two. You can go straight just to the Heels Massage and you'll see a tab that says Yo Massage. So the website is fairly comprehensive. We are on Facebook for both, again, for Heels Massage and Yo Massage Perth, and Instagram as well. It's Heels_Massage and Yo Massage Perth. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we've got a website. I do run a blog through the website as well. So I suppose they're the main places that you could find us.
That's awesome. And it's definitely something to try out. Like you said, you're exploring in Leederville and other places, so people don't automatically have to go to the hills. No. Although a trip to the hills itself is worthwhile. I know whenever I go to the hills, I feel like I'm on a holiday, so why not combine two, I think. But hey, if you want to do something close to the CBD, then I'm sure you'll be able to have all of those options up on your platforms if people want to find out, or they can just DM you, I'm sure, and
Yes.
be able to give them all the info.
Yeah, we've been having a few. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's right. And just knowing that you've had 18 years experience, that they're getting the best of the best when they explore these options too.
Yes, I've been doing this for some time now and thoroughly enjoyed. I was a registered nurse in theatre in a previous life, but been in massage way longer than nursing.
Well, you have been serving people for your whole life by the sounds, and I think that alone says it all. But when you're people focused, it comes through, and I can tell, and I'm sure everyone else will as well. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. I just really wanted to share that with everyone because we are going through such weird times in relation to everything, not really here in Perth as much, but over east and overseas. So it's nice to really talk about ways that we can improve mental health and improve the way we live our lives in this time of hustle. And I think touch is very important. So thank you for coming and talking to me about it. And please hit up Michelle on all the socials if you want to find out more. And we look forward to following your journey online.
No worries. Thanks so much for having me, Nicola. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Michelle. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.